So this is the, I believe, third, maybe fourth video on cost curves, and definitely still not the last. And so in this one, we're going to work on going from a total cost curve graph over to an average cost curve graph. So we're going to be working on, we're going to get information on the graph on the right, and we're going to need to figure out something about the graph on the left. So we're just going to start over here on the right to start with, because that's the direction that we're going. And so we have total cost over here. Sorry, I just realized that my screen was really dark. We have, let's say that we know that point C is 4,000. So we have C is equal to 4,000. I'm going to write over here. I kind of like this space over here. That C is equal to 4,000. And then we know that point D is equal to 2,000. So, and I want to find out what is total cost is the first thing that I want to find out. So what is total cost? Well, we know that point C is on the variable cost curve. So this is point C is also equal to total variable cost. And then point D we know is equal to total fixed cost. And then we know that total cost is just total variable cost plus total fixed cost. So it's 2,000 plus 4,000. I'm just going to put a little plus sign right there, and we're going to get 6,000. So we know that this point right here is 6,000, and I'll call this point E, or A, B, C, D, E, yeah. Sorry, it's a little late at night. So point E is at 6,000. Okay, so what's the next question that you could be asked? Well, the next question you could be asked, definitely and probably will find in some form, is what's average total cost? So we know, I went ahead and wrote this ahead of time. Because I decided to put this graph with number of workers on the x-axis, you need to know how much you can produce with a given number of workers. So with 4 workers you can make 30 surfboards. So we know then that average total cost is just total cost divided by quantity. So average total cost then is going to be 6,000 divided by 30. And I actually don't know what this is ahead of time, so I'll just go ahead and do it out really quickly. We have 30 goes into 60 twice, so it will be $200 per unit. So going over here, let's see if that looks right. So we go over here and we find our average total cost curve. And again, the reason that we're doing this is that normally you won't have both of these graphs at the same time. You'll have to go from one graph to the other. So we find average total cost is in purple, and at 30 units of output we see that it is 200. So we are all good. The next video, that's all I'm going to cover in this one. The next one we'll do a little bit of work with finding out marginal cost.